Uh, Hello everybody. How you doing? Trying to get some things shut off here. Get some things turned off on the computer. Then over here, turn some lights on so I can somewhat see better than what I am now. And hello, welcome to another show of Rex Tech Pub. Um, I'm just still trying to organize things. Last night when I was sitting here on the Zoom meeting last night, I was kind of just moving things around and didn't get everything done before I got tired. So about I don't know what was it, 12:30, 1 o'clock, something like that. I can't remember what time it was, but I got off Zoom and then I went to bed. Like I said, I find it very hard to get beyond 12:30, 1 o'clock nowadays. It's very hard for me to do because I start getting really tired. And that's because I don't have caffeine anymore, so there's nothing really keeping me awake anymore except for just me. For the spite of wanting to stay awake, I do stay awake, but yeah, these turn there. Yeah, that's not gonna work. But that will. There, that works. Say hello, Darren. Hello, Bobby Warren. Hello, how you doing? Hello, Charlie. Hello, Ken. I think I've caught up to everybody. Darren, Charlie, Ken, yeah, RM. Yeah, so yeah, and Ken, I did get your email. Um I guess it can be believable being that it's so called Microsoft admits. I don't know. It's possible, but I just don't see how a Windows update. Well, actually, yes, I can because they screw things up within Windows. Then you try to use OBS or YouTube, and it had that lag issue, which reminds me, I need to get to YouTube. See, the stream just started over here just a second ago. Wow, really? That far behind? Yeah, that's like 22 seconds that I waved my hand over here in the YouTube studio. It was a good 22 seconds before I saw it. Damn. They haven't fixed that problem yet. And I don't know if they're going to or not. But yeah, it's on the YouTube side, it's still laggy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to put mine down to ultra low latency. Mine's just on low latency, and I'm not going to drop it any lower than that because I don't want to screw it up any more than what it is. So, but yeah, um, let's see. I'm trying to remember off my top of my head what I've been trying to keep up on. Um, Windows 25H2, the ISO for the ISO image is available. So if there is anyone really wanting to go out and get 25H2, if you want to do a clean install, you can get it. I think they said as of yesterday or today or one of these days. It's that oh, who is he? Windows Computer and Technology. Yeah, that channel. He said that the ISO image for 25H2 is available. So I don't know if he was talking about a couple of days ago or if he's talking about a couple of days from now. I don't know. It just said it's available, but I kind of wish he'd put a date in there as to when you can actually go get it. You can go get it yesterday, or can you get it today, or do you have to wait till I don't know. For anybody else is just gonna do it the way I don't recommend. Even though it's this on this computer, that's what I did. Um, I did the in place upgrade. I don't really think that's a smart idea. Don't let Windows. I mean, I guess you can. I've never had any problems, but I've heard other people say they did the in place upgrade for Windows 11 or the new feature update or whatever. And it doesn't go so well. So I don't know. It's kind of up to you how you want to do it, but the recommended way of doing it, I suppose, is just a clean install. Even though on this update, all they're doing is what's already on your computer. They're just gonna turn it on. 25H2 has been around for a while, so now they're just gonna go in with this update. They're just gonna turn all those little features and whatever. They're just gonna turn them on. There's a whole bunch. There's 11 new or 11 or 12 new things coming into this 25H2, and I don't think it's. I haven't really checked, but I'm not really sure if it's anything that is new. I don't know any. I don't know. I gotta do my. I need to talk to a few people. Is what I need to do. Kind of get their input on it, but. Uh, Supposed to be today. Huh. Okay. Well, for the most of you, I would just say I would just wait until they bring it to your computer and do the in-place upgrade. If you want, you can do the clean install, but uh, I don't know about doing that. If you're a guy like me that does the updates, or these new feature updates is what they're calling them. Um, if you want to get up and going, within a half hour to 40 minutes or whenever, I do the in-place upgrade. But if you don't mind wasting half your day away of reinstalling Windows and all the programs you have, then you can go to Microsoft today and get the ISO image. But I don't know. It's up to you, I would guess, but I would think the smarter way to do it, even though it's not what I did with this one. I did it with the one in the bedroom, as I did the clean install, but this one in here, I had so many videos and so much other stuff on it that I know they say you can leave your files in place and everything and they won't touch anything, but I myself don't trust that idea of theirs. And as Mary Jo used to say on Windows Weekly, things will be left right where you left them. Well, if you have to say that before somebody does an upgrade, that kind of puts it in my head like, and things are going to be left right where you. Things are going to be right where you left them. Like, why wouldn't they be? So before I did the in place upgrade to this one, I tell you, that was a painstaking process, but it took me an hour or so. And I took everything off this computer, all my videos, my pictures, my documents, especially my documents. Um, and I put them on, which I do have a backup of all those documents and videos. They're on a hard drive around here somewhere, and I can't remember what I did with them. They're around here somewhere, but it says living room computer backup. I can't remember what I. Oh, okay, there they are, right there. So, if I did miss anything and I didn't, I just go back to the SSD and. Yeah, Yeah, Charlie, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait a few days. I don't take these updates right when they're offered. I know if Kerry were to hear that, he'd chew my head off. But He takes them immediately. I mean, the second he hears that update's available, like he hits the update button, and I've gotten burned by that once, about maybe 4 years ago, and several things on my computer quit working. And then a few other people told me, well, if you would just waited a couple of days, Microsoft was going to fix that problem. But now that you did the update already, that they're fixing the problem isn't going to help you anymore. So then that guy told me just wait 3 or 4 days, let them go back into the updates after they deployed them. And they usually do these cumulative updates. They're not just one update. They cumulative update. It's one update, but it has several updates and stuff within it. Is how it was explained to me, I guess. Um, Ken did the update. Yeah, I don't know if that's all gonna fix everything in OBS or anything. I don't know. Um, it's kind of funny that Microsoft themselves is admitting that their update caused a snafu with OBS. That's why I'm kind of iffy on that start. I'm just not. I don't know. I guess Microsoft has admitted it before, but it's been a while. And I guess the article was, I believe, on Bleeping Computer. I may have to go back and find that article and read it because the one that I got from the email this morning, it said Microsoft admits. I don't think it was Microsoft. I think it was a representative from Microsoft or someone that's closely related to them. Because if it was Microsoft saying that, I would have recognized the name. Anything from Microsoft, and I didn't read too deep. I got to read the Bleeping Computer article, but they may have left the person from Microsoft that said that their update caused the problem, but I don't know. And it very well could be. It's just I don't know. Doesn't it? There's a couple of things about that don't make any sense. But I like like Ken is saying, and a few other people are probably gonna say, I don't know if they're gonna notice any changes. So I don't know. It's a hit and miss. It's always a hit and miss game with Microsoft, whether they admit that something was their fault and whether they go back after that and correct it the way they're supposed to. Um, Hello, Halsey Toombs. Yeah, I think we know that already. That Windows 10 ends in October. I think everybody is aware of that, and I think everybody is aware of the fact that the smart thing that they should be doing today is backing up everything you have. And you should make several copies of the backup. Two backups really is not enough because I've seen people go through their backups, and they actually needed a third, and they didn't have it. So I've got two here, and I've got one of my mom's. I've got to make. In fact, when I'm at my mom's on the 22nd, I can need to do a backup and a backup image for the laptop. So if anything were to go wrong with that one, I can just stick a flash drive back into it and put Windows 11 back on it. So I don't think that'll happen, but I also am gonna start not keeping my documents on my C drive. Um, Being that I've got so many documents, it's only taking so many megabytes of space. I mean, it's a real small little space on the hard drive for a long list of documents. Um, which reminds me, I should make another backup for the documents. Oh, what else? Healthies. Hell seas, I thought that all you had to do to get the extension for Windows 10 is you just had to get a Microsoft account. Unless that's what you're talking about, but I didn't hear anything about a subscription to Windows 10. There is no subscription. All you've got to do, as far as I'm aware, last I heard, is you just have to do the painful thing of getting a Microsoft account, which a lot of people won't do. But then there's also a lot of people that are they're gonna jump off Windows 10 when Windows 10 support ends. In my opinion, I think when time is up for Windows 10, I think you should switch over to Windows 11. I don't see the reason to be hanging on to, except for a few people I know that still have Windows 7. I just don't understand that. But anyhow, yeah, Microsoft is not really. Can't register it. Um. Okay. Uh, your Windows version. Let's say you can't register it. I'm not gonna ask. I don't want to know. Just the account or $30? I thought. Nah. I Now that you've mentioned it, I'm not sure if they dropped the $30. I think there's the option. I think, like I said, there's a few people I have to talk to and get some, but I think you can do either, or it's both. $30, and I don't think it's both. And get a Microsoft. The easiest thing for them to do so that people don't have to spend any money, just sign up for a Microsoft account. If that's what they're still doing, they may have dropped that. They may have just stuck to the $30. Um, which again, we're not supposed to be paying for Windows. Um, it kind of makes me scratch my head that if you don't not supposed to pay for Windows to keep it or get it or to keep it running, and yet here we are paying $30 for an extension of Windows 10. I, there's interesting. There's several things about this whole Windows 10 going to Windows 11. Yeah, they're not getting a penny from me either. But then again, like I said, there's a couple of things about Microsoft and what they've started doing, and I guess part of it could be from Windows and what um, Windows as a service. Now that might be their reasoning for doing this. Um, Other than they're just a regular Windows thing that they're doing, but like I said, I don't know. Um, I got a few questions about what they're doing and why they're doing it, but I don't know. But no, I'm not paying for anything for Microsoft. Um, I know Kerry Holzman and a bunch of other people are big believers. You have to pay for everything. Well, yeah, in some cases you do, but in most of the cases you. Um, there are some things I pay for, but I guess I don't know. I pay for Malwarebytes. Um, I've got RoboForm that I pay for. So yeah, there's a couple things that I do pay for, but paying to keep getting Windows security updates for Windows 10, I don't think so. Besides, I all my computers are on Windows 11 anyhow. Windows 11 Home. 22 minutes already. Wow. I think I'll go a little past half past the hour. Like I'll go to 2:30, 2:35, and then kind of start wrapping it up. 'Cause I think the shorter live streams are gonna do me a little bit better. Because like right now, I'm running out of words because I'm just blabbing about what everybody else has heard about already. I don't know anything any more new than what you guys know. I'm just adding the same bit of news you guys have. I'm just wording it differently and giving you my opinion, which you can take or you can leave it. I know most people will leave advice, but this desk does need to be replaced. That whole thing is kicked in on the bottom. So that's what happens when something. Okay, yeah. Think I'll be looking for a new desk. I think that's the only option I've got left. But anyhow, that's my news on Windows 11, Windows 10. Um, there's a Windows Weekly last night, and Paul Thurrott talked about the Windows 25H2 and all the 10 or 11 new things that they're putting. I don't think it's anything new. I think they're just adding to what's already there. Like up at the top of the File Explorer, you've got copy, paste, move, or whatever. And then they got the icons and they got the word underneath it. Well, what they've added to that is just lines in between the words. I don't know why they did that. Just little small little things, little changes that they're making, like that thing with the copy, paste, move, whatever, rename. All they're doing with that is they're just putting lines in between the words, little short little lines. I don't know. I'm sure somebody requested it because somebody will said, "How do you know when that starts and where does it end? Where's the box around the word like the word rename?" There's no, so I think that's why Microsoft put the lines in there, just kind of distinguish that rename is only this part, and then you go to the next section. They made it into sections. Is what they did, and before it wasn't. So, there's a couple other things that Paul talked about that completely escapes my mind. I was gonna go write a few things down before the live stream, and then, of course, the phone rang. Like that's the other thing I was gonna say. It's been a busy morning. A little bit foggy this morning, but I don't know. I was up around 8 this morning, about 10 to 8, and 8:15, 8:20, my phone starts ringing. I started getting emails. Now everybody around here is starting to panic. "Oh, Rick, I heard Windows 11 is coming. What do I have to do to get it?" And like, this has been news for a while now, and you're just now asking me. I don't know. I called the one lady back and I said, "You don't really have to do anything. Just wait until they offer that update to your computer and then just click on update. And there's nothing you really have to do." Then she asked the question something that, with what I did. She says, "Did she have to move her documents or pictures or whatever off the computer before that update comes in?" And I told her technically no. But if you're kind of paranoid about things like I am, it may not be a bad idea, just in case. I'm saying that in quotes because just in case, with a lot of people, that just in case it happens. And I think I can go another 4 minutes without getting something to drink, but so I don't know. There's a lot of speculation about this Windows update that's coming up for 25H2, and people are saying, "Oh, I wonder how much they're gonna screw it up this time." Like, is that all you people wait for? Is just for Windows updates to screw something up? It doesn't happen that often. Like I skipped all the snafus that everybody was having with this last update that we had this week of Patch Tuesday. Even Paul Thurrott said there really should have been there should have been no any known issues, and he said not really. So, I think some of it could be is a lot of people are have Windows 10 or Windows 11 on all their computer. They're old enough to get Windows 11. Really? Okay, fine. How could my internal storage be low? There's nothing on it. I'm gonna get rid of this phone. Swear to God, one of these days I'm gonna be knocking on Verizon's door. They're gonna look at me and think, "What do you want? Yeah, I want to replace my phone." Oh, okay. But anyhow, um, yeah, it's the best thing to kind of do is just to get off Windows 10, get onto Windows 11, and the thing about putting Windows 11 on unsupported hardware, I think that's a very, 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 very poor choice. But you do what you want to do. I'm not going to tell you not to. I'm just saying it's not a smart thing to do. But I can't tell you not to, but because you're going to do whatever you want to do. But eh, technically, I wouldn't do that. Oh, let's see, we were at 2:29. Anybody else got any questions? Because I'm going to wrap it up here in about a minute or two. Because I'm just kind of gone belly up on wanting to talk. Yeah, the best thing to do out of any Windows updates or Windows in place upgrades or doing the install yourself on a USB stick, back everything up, make a couple of backups, um, and keep one offsite. And if you can, here's another one that I do pay for. I do pay for Google Drive because I had to put my documents somewhere, and so actually I got them backed up in 4 places. Two here, one at my mom's, and then on Google Drive. That's how I do it. PC World is doing a live OBS PC build. It's interesting. I might have to watch that. They're building a computer to use OBS with. I know they're probably just gonna show the computer, the build computer, but in a lot of cases, I wish a lot more people would start doing more current update or setup and install of OBS. I said that backwards. Install and setup of OBS. The ones that I've seen recently, except for Ken Stout, and a few others that are currently up to date. There's quite a few others that are out there. Their last update for OBS was 2 years ago. Like, hey, come on, buddy, catch up. You're 2 years behind. So the information they got on OBS from a year or 2 years ago is it's already done past us. So some people need to update their information they have on YouTube because they're a year or two old. Like, why would you want to listen or watch a video on something like OBS that is 2 years old? I know Michael Fire Jr. He did an update on OBS. Think Media, they're always doing updates on OBS or anything else that you use for video editing or content creation. There's quite a few of them that are starting to catch up, and they're starting to update their last video they had of whatever they were talking about, OBS or Windows or whatever program they're talking about. If they haven't done an update from the last one they did, well, they might want to, because I'm always the guy that I don't just take one person's opinion on a program. I go to one, maybe like four others, but the other three that I'm seeing out there, they haven't updated their information in quite a while. So I guess that only leaves maybe one or two people that I actually watch for OBS content, because everybody else is behind, and I wish they'd catch up. Yeah, Charlie, I'll have to check on that. Um, if Microsoft's just doing the account thing, or if they're doing the $30. Oh, excuse me. Took my trazodone last night. It's kind of got a hold on me today, so I'm kind of tired. That's why I'm not gonna go lay down on my bed and watch something on YouTube, because I know the second I do that, it's gonna be night night for me. And I'll wake up around 6 or 7 o'clock, like, uh-oh. I knew I shouldn't have laid down. That's why I'm not gonna lay down, even though I probably should take a half-hour nap, or set my phone. But then once I lay down, the alarm goes off like at 3:30 or 4 o'clock. I'm not gonna want to get back up, so I think I'm just gonna suffer with it and try to stay awake. But that means I probably should get going. It is 2:34, and if I don't get off this chair, I am gonna fall asleep. So with that, guys, it's been fun. I do enjoy everybody coming here every day that I'm here, at least, and I know my life has kind of gotten busy doing other things besides live streams, like health issues or whatever, but I am going to try to get back into the swing of doing uploads. But again, like I said yesterday and the day before, and the time before that is uploads. I really don't know what to talk about anymore. I mean, I know I need to do uploads just to keep the balance with my YouTube kind of in check, instead of just you live streams being way up here and uploads down here. I'd like to kind of keep them somewhat level. Not as many uploads as there is live streams, but I need to catch up on my live upload videos. I haven't done one in a while, so I know I've been saying that for the last couple of weeks, but things keep getting in the way. every time, every time I want to do an upload, I look at my phone or look at the clock or whatever. It's like, I got enough time right now. How about I just do a live stream or upload real quick, and then just as I'm getting ready, I'm getting the microphone set up, I'm getting the GoPro set up, and getting things going, and I just hear it like no, not now. But yeah, someone knocks on my door, and then there goes the idea right out of my head for doing an upload. But one of these days, yeah, I will get to one. But in the meantime, I will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. I'll try to think of something to talk about in the meantime. But I hope all of you have a great day. Like I said, I gotta get up and walk around and do stuff, because if I keep sitting here, I'm just gonna nod off, and I don't want to do that just yet. So I hope you all have a great day. Be safe, have fun, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.